is produced in conjunction with Albion Park, Gold Coast and Redcliffe Harness Racing Clubs.
And hello everyone, welcome to the first edition of Blinkers Off. Glad you're with us tonight and every Monday night here at 8 o'clock. Chris Barsby will be with me every Monday night. Chris, how are you?
I'm very well, thanks David. Great to be back on the airwaves.
Good to work with you again, and you of course will have the news for us coming up very soon. Big show coming up tonight. We're going to visit Bill Crosby at his Hagesley property, and as well we'll be going to the Harness Racing Festival at the Gold Coast yesterday. If you'd like to email us, just go to blinkersoff@31.com.au. But tonight we start with a plea, and that's a plea for the New South Wales Harness Racing Club to drop their radical revamp of the Inter-Dominion if they're successful in a 3-year tender bid. Universal condemnation, well almost universal condemnation, has arisen since the New South Wales Harness Racing Club announced to change the Inter-Dominion format to qualifying heats in the major states of Australia and the islands of New Zealand, and to have a grand final at Menangle. And despite this condemnation, the New South Wales Harness Racing Club directors and officials have basically said, we've got the best track, we've got the most money, and they refuse to bend. Well, honestly, things have to change, because having one heat in one state to produce one winner will not produce the fairest field for the grand final. It certainly disadvantages those states that have strong harness racing communities as far as horse talent is concerned. More than 10 years ago, people tried to fiddle or tweak with the Inter-Dominion, and to no benefit whatsoever. So the bottom line is, there's two options. They're stark, but they're real. Either drop this foolishness or drop the Inter-Dominion concept altogether, because basically, either way, the Inter-Dominion deserves the respect that it's not getting at the moment. Thankfully, we're going to Perth in 2012 with the traditional series. We look forward to hearing from John Dummersney from the New South Wales Harness Racing Club or Harness Racing Australia, and Andrew Kelly, its Chief Executive. But we believe that the new format for the Inter-Dominion is not the way to go. Speaking of Inter-Dominion, Smoke It Up has been in the news. He won the Inter-Dominion, but tomorrow, Lance Justice faces Dido.
That's right, that hearing will take place tomorrow. That's coming through at the New Zealand Racing Board headquarters in Wellington. The guys flew out yesterday, Lance Justice and some of the owners, so that will take place on Tuesday and Wednesday. So it's all important. And just on Smoking Up, he is expected to start this Friday night at Melton in the Minuteman Free-for-All.
Natalie Rasmussen's been in the news quite a bit lately, the retirement of Black Safake and other things. What's happening?
As far as Natalie Rasmussen is concerned with Mark Purdon, she is now linked with Mark Purdon. She flies back to Christchurch tomorrow. She'll be there for a couple of weeks, going down to Queenstown for a bit of a holiday before staying in the North Island for the awards night there. But she is going to be setting up a base in Sydney. Horses like Auckland Reactor will be in her care. She's taking 4 horses herself, headed up by Western Cam and Rosamac, and Scott Phelan, who used to be the foreman for Barry Purdon, will head over in October.
A couple of notable horses to make mention of. Liz Again's a horse you've got news on?
Yeah, Liz Again is a horse that will be joining the stables of Tim and Anthony Butt. He's a former North American, high-quality horse, a sub-50 horse. But just on that, a negotiation is well underway in North America for a very good horse. His credentials far outweigh anything else that has ever been imported to Australia. This is going to be a big, big story when it breaks. And as I said, negotiations are well underway, and this could be the shot in the arm that the industry needs. And the timing is perfect with the retirement of Black Safake.
News regarding Shane Glowry.
He has resigned from his post at Addington, and he's heading back to Victoria. So that's pretty soon, that news that he'll be back in Victoria.
Prize money is on the up at Albion Park.
Over the next 3 months, October, November and December, this is great news for industry participants, so prize money is going up at Albion Park on the Saturday night circuit.
We'll have more information on that next week. And finally, in your news, bad news for Adam Richardson.
This dates back to a race at the Gold Coast on August 3, his drive on Caesar Supreme. Bottom line, he's been given a 9-month disqualification.
Thanks for the news, Chris.
Thanks, David.
Chris Barsby with the news here on Blinkers Off. And don't forget, we produce the best news and the news first each and every Monday night. We're going to a break, and when we come back, we're going to visit the Hazeley property of Bill Crosby, who had a stellar season in 2010-2011.